Hey, it is ready, set, continue time. Your host, of course, Mike. How you guys doing? It is Art Volume 2 time. Alright, so I'm going to be diving into that comic books shit. I feel bad that the first video was just kind of like my abstract art, not really much of that really links directly to the comic, but here is look at one of the characters. Jared, he's I don't want to give too much away about any of this really, but he's kind of this character that gains the confidence of the main character and then ultimately has like a betrayal and just really almost like on a Charles Manson level, conniving. He's a con artist, but he has like a certain charisma. It's just kind of like me playing around with colors and facial expressions. Same with this one. Nice thing about these smaller pieces is that I can give you guys like the whole picture in one thing. I could have turned the camera vertical for the other ones, but I hate that look. Sorry guys, I ate some soup and it went down the wrong pipe. So if I cough a lot, I'm sorry. So I'll try to cough away from the camera to make sure I'm a little considerate to you guys. I'm not blowing out your speakers. Actually, this one I'll give you a little bit of a zoom in here. There's a lot of detail going on in that. I kind of wish that I did it differently, where I don't like the outer part, but I love this inner, so I like kind of imagine it, like that. Like dark, all dark around, but this crazy brightness on the inside. Like we set back into the 80s and all the fucking neon going on. This was not even fully finished, but well, little Alf for you guys. I was a huge Alf fan as a kid, so it's kind of cool. Like I had to. I love doing art. Like I wanted to do the Muppets too. I was a big fan of the Muppets. I got some really dark stuff, but I still like doing some of that stuff. I did a really cool Gur painting a while ago, and I believe it's still with my friend John. He ultimately ended up as the owner of it. Once again, I should have given warning. There's a booby there. There's a nipple itch. Be 18 for that. It's art, it doesn't matter. Well, fuck it. Some of my more color. I'm not even gonna turn that away, but I like to kind of just play with ideas, like reimagining stuff and turning toward like in symbolism and stuff like that, and turning it abstract. Like I love how I love these as is, like broken down to like these bars of color, but I really like with this where the idea was that this is the view of like the keys of a keyboard basically, or piano, and just like twist it with the flow of it. That one. that's, I mean, you could, I think it's kind of, the ideas that are on there are pretty, once again, symbolism, a little bit of hidden meanings, but I won't spell that out. And if you guys ever remember, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, Jonah Vasquez, the guy that does Invader Zim, as you all know, I'm sure you know. Before he did Zim for Nickelodeon, he had a very adult comic book about this kid that lived in this town. He was a maniac killer, and if you haven't seen it or haven't picked up, it's a small series, but they have like graphic novel collection. They pick it up, do yourself a favor, especially if you're a Zim fan and you've never heard of it. Pick it up, that and the Squee series, absolutely incredible stuff. Pillhead, love it. This is like, you'll actually see along the side, you don't see the Coalburn Church, you actually see, raise this up, Newbound Forest, yep, all the way back to 2005. This was actually directly created for, a lot of the times I create stuff, but they just, they just kind of sit there, and then I kind of have to see how I could take that story and mix it with other stories, or just leave it on the back burner for something else down the line. This is actually like kind of an older concept of my main character. I got some of the main character as he is now. Oh, as you can tell, it's not finished. I just started inking this. The wires coming out the back have to be inked. And, yeah. And this is something I came up with with this comic book series. It wasn't supposed to be kind of in the tradition of that Invader Zim and Johnny Homicidal and Squee and all that. But I was going to do this in that fashion. This comic called All Turd. And yeah, turd is in the the piece of crap. And it was supposed to be just goofy, just belligerently gory and weird and creepy. But I'll give you a little zoom in too. But this was supposed to be like a panel from it. Try to give you the whole thing. The MBF signature for Newbound Forest. I'm not quite sure if you can, I'm bad. I really just record these and then post them, and I don't even rewatch my stuff. So I'm not even quite sure if you guys can actually hear what I have in the background. I love having music playing. But if you can, this is the Red Paintings. Definitely check them out. They're self-released band. The fans fundraise them. They're really, really cool. This actually is a tattoo on a friend of mine. You're welcome, Kathleen. Oh, this is... I don't know where to... This may be a character that I'm going to just kind of try to sell off for some bills. Like off, I don't know, Marvel or DC. But I don't even really have a story fleshed out on his stuff, but I thought that this character was really cool, unique looking. But yeah, this is a fine example. I grew up on Todd McFarlane art, but this was like in my younger years. I did a lot more of like a Todd McFarlane type feel. I love how the flames came out. Okay. Sorry, it's like not focusing. I just think that looks so fucking intense. But anyway, onward. This is also a tattoo design that ultimately did get tattooed on someone. I like this one. Can you? Let's see if I can. No, you can make it out in here. This was like what I call like what I want to do through symbols, like this cool like a house that disappears at day, like when the sun rises. So this is kind of through symbols showing the house disappearing, and just through I just used some milk white marker and did like vague lines across, giving the outline. Like here's the roof, second floor room, and then like side of the house, cover to the porch. Porch just, you don't see anything on this side, like extension of the house going back. But yeah, I'll raise that up so maybe you could see it a little bit better. Oh yeah, there we go. That works. There is some sort of thing along the side. I do too much, I do way too much subliminal shit, because I forget where I planned it, all this shit. I say shit a lot. Daredevil. Here's a little tip of the hat, once again, to Invader Zim, the Game Slave 2 episode, but I'm a better gamer than you. This still needs to get finished up. Like, this is all penciled. I need to kind of do that on this. The only thing is, yeah, this fits so well, kind of coming from the tentacle. And this, I originally wanted to have it come from the corner, kind of make it, you know, kind of have a flow going. But ultimately, I'm like, no, I want it kind of like in here, coming up and around and swirling. I definitely wanted to get that counter flow, but still it has a flow to it. Here's some of my collage work / actual pen art. Good, I guess a representation of like some of the stuff that I do in the way of mixing mediums, textures, being a little abstract, but yeah. Some I'm trying to focus, but maybe my shadows do it. There we go. I think there's, yeah. This is still kind of in the works too. I knew I was kind of screwing up at a certain point. You kind of have to say, like, you know, I try not to force myself doing my art.
I like to take pauses because I know I'll have a better idea later on. But I mean, I really like how the textures came out. This came off. I'm impressed why I actually can do fairly pro type styled work. Like this is very, on the good level, like a standard of especially older comics, of the back in the 80s and and especially the 90s. The details were really coming through. Great eyeballs. Crazy eye. Here's from that Altered comic. There's a couple sketches of friends of mine. Some crazy, incomplete work. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the main character of the comic. But, yeah, it just goes so nicely hyper gory. And then this is an evolution that you'll see later on. Or at least something I'm playing with. This is more different concepts I was kind of coming up with the character. A couple more friends. I'm not going to decipher the sidebar. Sorry. Maybe in future episodes I'll take the time out and give you guys a little bit of a breakdown of some of the stuff. Venom of mine. Tattoo ideas. This is Draws. It's a vigilante anti-hero comic book idea. Thanks to my friend James Brown, the man without soul. He came up with the name. Gave me the name in one night. It was good. And because I was struggling with it. I had a cool concept one day. I brainstormed all this stuff. I couldn't get the name out. And it was driving me nuts all night. This is the main character again from the main series, The Bad Thing. I'm a huge Venom fan, by the way. Love him. It's actually how I got into Tom McFarlane and stuff. When he did Spider-Man, that's when I got back into comics. Zombie art. More of that Jonas Vasquez type look. Something from Altered. This is from my main comic, The Bad Things. Tattoo design. I actually thought about that as my back piece for a while. I still might. My Joker. I always get offers for this one. I may, if anyone's legitimately serious and they want this Joker piece, comment. Give me some offers. Let me think about it. I might just let it go.
I'm 90% sure I'll let it go. I'll get a nice little print for myself before I let it go, and then, yeah. Here's more crazy symbolism and counter flow. Like, I feel like I was told at some point by a couple of critics that I shouldn't have gone this. Like, these are 3 separate drawings. I'm like, yeah, but that's the point. And I like it. The more that I kind of look around, I notice that, you know, a lot of the stuff I am toying with, it's kind of very on its own level. Like a green jelly in the back. Sorry, I can't say the other way, otherwise we'll be copyrighted. But, here's like some binary code being, if I can get this. You can see some binary code within the shadows of the palm. Even like fingerprints. And like I said, I mentioned Geiger earlier, I think on the last video. But this is mine in the way of that I did illustrate that. But that is, if all you Giger fans will know, this is actually, I can't remember the name of the series of them, but he did a lot of these forms where it was like a 3 attention, or a 3-part creature that was like a middle part was either arm or leg. You could never tell, and then it was like either 2 legs or 2 hands or a leg and a hand. But this piece directly, I think it was just called The Tattooist. I think so. No, I think that. But I thought it was so cool, and I thought, well, what's a machine going to tattoo on itself? And it was binary code. So all the way from the foot up, tattooed. But then you see, like, on the tattooist's arm is tattooed himself, but with symbols. I just thought it was, like, on the bio side, like, what exactly would machines get tattooed? And it was like, well, binary code, obviously. And then the rest would be more so of, like, you know, symbols and meanings through that. And then we have this Birdman type thing. But yeah, so that's my stuff. I got more, don't worry, I got more. But, you know, I'm just going to give you some of the goods right now. Give you a little bit of a walkthrough of what exactly I do, and I don't know how I think. So I think the next video might be just me drawing, to be honest, or a quick little, like, I don't know, I hate saying vlog, I hate doing vlog, but something like that. You know, I'm just kind of trying to keep busy with stuff, and, you know, so I'm not really just lounging around home doing nothing, do something kind of creative. So I figured this was a cool way. Doing YouTube might get me doing my other little hobbies, like the art. I used to be a musician, I played bass, but I just don't have a bass. I don't have a place to play a bass. But yeah, writing, I'm always writing now. Anyway, like, subscribe, you know, all that generic YouTube generic YouTube stuff, insert here. Done. That's what we're going to do from now on. But I'll always say, as always, before I sign out, I love you guys. Thank you for any support that you toss. Even though, everyone's got to start somewhere. And, already, I've always had fun doing these things. So, thank you again. And have a good day.